I always feel like misunderstood. I never make my choices based off what people think.
Any point where you say you were maybe like thinking about giving up?
Hell yeah. When Ajax kicked me out, I wanted to stop football. Memphis is like my twin. Like, yeah, Lil Baby is also a guy I don't call my friend. I call him my brother too.
The whole Drake, Kendrick Lamar beef. On which side are you?
If somebody diss me like that, can't let that slide like that.
And how did it came with the mask? What was your idea with the mask, or did it come like?
Yeah, that's a good question, bro. God's willing, I will return to Russia. I still have unfinished business there. That's what keep me going. That's why I'm strong, and I know that doesn't matter how hard the storm, one day the sun will shine.
But if you look back now, you regret anything?
Say less. Say less.
Today's episode is presented by our long-term partner, Winners.
Winners are performance coaches for professional athletes, for celebrities, and for you. And even now, I have one under my lip.
For me, the best case to use Winners is especially before I do gym or like in general sports, to get a lot of energy, to wake up. If it's running, if it's like, I don't know, calisthenics or some gym. Yeah, for me, this is the best case.
And what is your favorite flavor?
My favorite flavor is spicy orange. It has like a really natural taste. Like it really tastes like orange. It doesn't, you know, this taste of like fake orange or fake strawberry, whatever. Like if you take it, you really think like you have like orange in your mouth, you know?
Crazy. So other than snooze, Winners is without nicotine and tobacco, but is with caffeine, taurine, theobromine, citicoline, L-theanine, xylite, vitamin B1, 2, B12. And of course, they are doping tested.
Do they have like any new flavors coming up?
Yeah, they have spicy orange, of course. They have apple mint, of course. And now they are releasing Arctic mint and cherry mint. And these two are online now. Check the website. We have a link for you. We have a code for you. Our code is SALES15. So you have a sale of 15% with our code. So go check the website and be a winner.
Okay, guys. We are fucking back. We are back in Say Less. And I think this is the biggest comeback, or I don't know, however you call it, but this guest we have today, guys, I don't even know, like nobody has ever done this, what we've done. And before I introduce our current guest, I would like to also present Madhu. Unfortunately, he's not next to me due to some planning problems we had. But yeah, Madhu, what are you saying?
I'm not next to you. It's a new challenge for all of us, but I'm here. I'm glad to be here. All praise to the Most High that this podcast could be happening. And I'm so happy, I swear to God, to have this guest we are talking to sitting right next to you, Jack, the other half of my heart and Say Less. And I think the guest, I just want to say some kind words to this guest. He's a role model. He was a role model of mine as well, as a football player, as a person. He brought like music into the football pitch. He brought like the swagger on the football pitch. He brought like the drip off the football pitch. He brought like the drip on the football pitch. And he was a banger on the pitch. And he is a banger on the pitch. Just please introduce yourself, bro. Please.
Yeah, my name is Quincy Promes, the most controversial footballer out there. And you already know, I don't like to talk in the media that much, but for this podcast, I had to come out. Jack is for many years a brother of mine, and it was also nice to meet you, and your energy, I just fuck with that. So that's the reason why I'm here, to let people a little bit see a other side of me than things they read. And we're gonna have a nice talk. You said it already. I'm a baller. I make music. I'm a father. I am so many more things what people don't see on the daily. So that's why I'm here today, to discuss some topics and hopefully inspire more people.
It's amazing to have you here, bro.
I think you will do it. Yeah. But Jack, I think the first question I will leave to you, and then we can start right on.
Yeah. I think most important, first of all, how are you, bro? Like,
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. It sounds like a little bit cliche. Everybody will say I'm
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
but no, really, I'm good because I'm in the moment very happy, and that's something what's very important. If you have happiness, then everything will just fall in place. So yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm in the right spot right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about feeling good, and of course, it's like an answer everybody's giving. But what is like the most important thing that you have to feel good? What is important for you?
The most important thing, when you go through rough times, you start to appreciate the small things in life, like the fact that I wake up healthy, that my family is healthy, that I can do what I want whenever I want. Like that's what where you have to find your happiness in. It start within yourself. So I can just be happy if I hear the right tune. When I wake up, I listen to music, I'm already like, yeah, let's get it. Like small things like that, then everything fall in place. It start within yourself.
No. I would like to start somewhere way back
Yeah.
where everything started. A small boy, a small Quincy,
Yeah.
back in Amsterdam.
Yes, there's where I grew up.
Yeah.
I grew up in Amsterdam, born and raised. And yeah, man, where do I start?
Like when you were
What
young.
you want to know?
Yeah, like when you were young. Like first thing first, you knew always you're gonna be a football player.
Yes, on an early age.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And when you were in school, how was it in school? Like you were a
In
good.
school, yeah, I was not like a bad student, but I had a little bit like behavior problems. Like I couldn't concentrate for a long time. I was always busy with other things in class. But then when the exam came, I scored high. So they knew that I'm intelligent, but I'm just a
Yeah.
little bit too much present in the class. So yeah, I didn't really love school, but I didn't hate it too. But for me, it was just a waste of time. I always wanted to play football,
Yeah.
talking to friends, like always looking for action. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I finished my school till how you say that in English, university, like marketing and communication.
Okay.
I did that, and then afterwards I signed my first contract. Then it was fully focused on football. But yeah, I didn't mind going to school actually. It was
Did you
just
did you already do like back then already like some music and stuff?
yeah, like I'm Surinamese. I'm from Suriname. That's a country next to Brazil. And one thing of our people, we love music. So I have brothers. My parents love music. So I grew up around music. So for me, it's not something strange. So when I heard the music as a child, I always wanted to create my own because I'm creative with everything, with how I dress, even with music, how I play on the pitch. Everything has to do with creativity. So the fact that you can create a song from scratch, that's always something where I was fascinated about. Like people dancing on my song, that's what I want to do too,
Yeah.
And then
So was there like a second thought that you rather were going to be like a musician?
no, I don't consider myself a musician. It's just more culture thing. It's in my DNA.
Okay.
The same way how I love football, the same love I have for making music or listening to music. I think also music saved my life in a way. Like what I said, if you wake up sad and you hear the right song, it can put you in a whole nother mind space. So to able to touch people with football is dope. It's nice if you score a goal, a million people so happy. But also when people listening to you, what you create in music and you can change their life in that way, that's what I do it for. I don't want to be considered as a musician that's my main thing and I want to be seen or I want to perform or all that type of things. I just wanted to let you hear my story through music
Yeah.
because that's what touched me a lot if I listen to an artist.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
And
basically the thing.
talking about your story, like back in the youth, you played for Amsterdam. How did you did it? like with the football and the school? Because a lot of young people are in school and they want to become a professional football player, but they will leave school aside really early. What kind of experiences did you get like when you was in the youth of Amsterdam?
Shout out to my mother, but she was on my ass, bro. She was on my ass. She made sure that I had my head on school first. Like even when a funny story, I wanted to play football. She said, "You can only play football if you get your swim. How you say that?
Swimming lessons.
You're swimming like you have to learn to swim first be, before you play football, bro. I took that swim exam maybe in 2 weeks, just to just to play football, you know. So that's how she played with my. She always brought the motivation out of me. Like she said, you can play football if you do good on school. So what I have to be good on school, otherwise my mother won't allow me to play football. So nah, she made sure I was focused in that way. Of course, we stay boys, you know, the hood where I'm from, a lot of distractions. So of course I made a lot of mistakes growing up. But my main goal was to become a professional football player, definitely, the early age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And talking about music and everything and football, what was your dream when you thought about like becoming a professional footballer? Okay, some guys are talking about like, oh, when I dream to become a professional footballer to get my mother a house, to get my father a car, to get my friends everything. What was your motivation when you started to play football? Why? What was the reason to get up early, to go to the training, to go to school, and then to sign your first contract? What is in your head? What was your motivation?
You know, the thing was with football back then, we started on the street. So street football was very popular in when I grew up. Now everything is TikTok and phones and you know, I can keep up with the youth. But in my time, it was like you go with your ball on the street and you just play like you're a professional, but you're in the hood. You understand? You score, you celebrate like you're in a big stadium. So you already manifest like, yo, this is what I want to do, but then for million of people. And then you see the people on TV you look up to, like Ronaldinho, how he enjoyed the game. Like this guy even smiled when he get a red card. Like I really create love for the game on the early age, and I learned that on the street. Like my technique, my basic technique, and my tricks is all from the street side of football, not from the professional part of it. So I think my love for the game and to be able to perform that on the highest level, that was the main goal. Like all the other things, like the fame and bring your mother out the hood, of course it's motivation, but it was just in me to play on the highest level, and left or right, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I was determined, like I'm gonna be professional and nothing gonna stop me. And I had a rough path too. I was not the type of talent that always played in the highest team, that a little bit got a push, you know. I really got it. I really had to prove myself and prove everybody else wrong. So that's also maybe what made me my mental part very strong, and that's why I could be as big as I possibly could.
Yeah. Who did you look up to when you were young?
Look up to.
Like if there's like one football player you
You know, I never really look up to one person. I think when you do that, you kind of block yourself from your, like, nobody perfect, you know. If you look up to one person, he will make mistakes too. So what I try to do is take a little bit from everybody. Like everybody inspired me. If it's even my brother or my cousin or friends, or doesn't matter who you are, I take something of everybody and just learn from other people's things. So if you have a nice style, I can learn from you too. You understand?
Yeah.
So I don't have one person in mind that I can say I would look up to him, but many different people. To give an example, what I said before, Ronaldinho was a big inspiration. My father played football before. He brought me to football when I was really little. So that was a big inspiration. And yeah, I was 10 when I joined Ajax Academy, so also very early. And then from then, when you're in the Ajax Academy, you're basically already a professional football player, but you're 10 years old. So you're a kid, but they treat you like you're an
The
adult.
king, yeah.
You learn how to sit on the bench,
Yeah.
how to dress, which everything was Adidas already sponsored. So I didn't have the normal upgrowing like my other friends who just went to school. So that's why it was difficult to look up to one person. I had to be focused on my dream. And in that dream, I took a little bit inspiration of everybody around me.
And if I'm a young guy and I take my inspirations from other people, what kind of characteristics from yourself would you say is good for other people, you know? Because you say, okay, maybe the style of, okay, I would say just some names, the style of David Beckham, the playing style of Ronaldinho, the strength of Ronaldo El Fenomeno, the left foot of Lionel
David
Messi.
Beckham,
But
David Beckham,
characteristic-wise, which things are like things from your side you would give to other people to
I
look
think,
up?
yeah, he was not really the reason I did that, but he was one of the first football players who really came out careless, like with the tattoos. That's what I loved about David Beckham. He even went in his neck type of stuff. Every week, almost different hairstyles. So that's what I liked of him. Like, he's free-minded very early in football. So that's one icon, definitely fashion-wise and style-wise. I think nobody really can fuck with him when it comes to that. And what can you take from me? I think first is the love of the game, like the passion. I don't like to lose no football game. Like
We saw that.
street futsal, doesn't matter where I am. Football is really, because in the hood you play for your reputation. So first, the winner mentality you should have if you're young, especially, to have that. Other than that, everything is possible, man. I don't think I was the biggest talent from my age at that time, but just be consistent, work hard. The only way to get there is hard work. Nothing is easy. I think if people realize that little part, like you have to go through pain to win, like sacrifice if you have to, skip a party if you have to, don't drink alcohol if you have other goals for your body. Like many things you should leave to achieve your goal, and that is even in the business world the same. Like you can apply those things what I learned from football in real life, and if people have that type of, how you say, examples, and they apply it on their life, I think there is no way you will be unsuccessful. Yeah.
I for myself, I always say like football is the best school for life, you know, because everybody is like playing football and they think the only goal you have is like to become a professional footballer. But I think football is building people. It's not building footballers, you know.
No, definitely.
And what I hear about you is like a little bit touching my heart right now, because I take like leave to achieve is a really hard word, you know. Leave to achieve is a really hard saying, because not everyone would like leave the same things that everyone is doing on the pitch, you know. The players on the bench are not leaving that much maybe than the players on the first 11.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's really inspirational what you said like about it. And where do you think that the winner mentality, besides like on the street football pitch,
Yeah.
came into your life?
The winner mentality, we were not poor, but we like to be on top and be successful. So, and one thing what triggered me at the early age, what I said about to fall back on the school part, everybody said, but his behavior, he will never reach far. Like this guy, he will be nothing if you continue like this. Like too many people told me I couldn't do it. That's what triggered me. Like never ever in life tell me I can do something. Like that's what keeps me going, to prove everybody wrong. And it's not everybody, it's even for myself. Like how they say I can do that. Me, I will show them that we from a different type of wood, we say in Amsterdam, we build different. Like we're gonna get whatever we wanna get. And if you tell a child on early age, you can't do that. He will never be like Ronaldinho. Why are you always copying him? If they start to talk to you like that, I don't compare myself to him. Far from it. But like, I played on the same stage. I played against Barca. I played against Real Madrid. So, you know, if it was for those people who predicted my future, because it was their prediction, I wouldn't be there. But because I believed in myself when nobody else did, yeah, that's something very powerful, what you have to feel inside. And yeah, all praise to the Most High, bro.
Yeah, man.
So after how many years, like later on in Ajax, they kicked you out, right?
Yeah, so I joined the academy when I was 10, and they kicked me out when I was 16.
What happened?
What happened? Many things happened, I think. To fall back on my behavior, I think I always had difficulties with authority, you know?
If somebody tell you what to do.
Yeah. Like, let me do me and everything will be fine. Like, look what I do on the pitch. Don't come with, but you wear your pants too low, or you need to put your t-shirt in your pants. Like, what? Where I'm from, we drip. Why telling me to? And then I, on purpose, because that's how I am, on purpose I will wear it how I want. Because in my head, why you tell me how to dress? You put it in if you like it in your pants, you put it in your pants. I don't like it in my pants, so I don't. You understand? So many things as a kid, what I was struggling with was authority. Like, and Ajax don't play with that. Like, everybody has to look a certain way. Now, lately, the rules changed. But back then, we couldn't even go to lunch with slippers. Small things. It's discipline. And my discipline was there for things that I like. But sometimes I like slippers to be comfortable. That's what I do at home too. Like, why does it bother the coach or the assistant? Like, let me be free. And that's a lot of things that happen. And then Ajax was also like, I think that they never tell me in my face what it was. But I think they also thought like, we can control him. We need people who do what we say so they can, again, do what they want with the player. And with me, that was just impossible. I think even some of my teammates were complaining, like, every time he come, it's some trouble, you feel me? So for the academy, I was just too much of a rebel, how you say that?
But if you look back now, you regret anything? Or
Hell
would you do
no.
the same?
No. Why? Nah, you know what's crazy? They bought me back.
Yeah.
That would be the next question.
Who regret what? You understand? That was my journey. I don't believe in regret. I believe in learn. You learn. Would I do the same? What I know now? No. But at that moment, I really talk about how I process things at that time. So everybody know that everything is a process to eventually come where you need to come. You don't need to have the straight path what everybody else have. Maybe you come there, but on your own way. So that's why I don't regret it. No, I had an amazing time. And that time from my 10 till 16, bro, I was that guy in the hood. I had my Ajax back. They picked me up from home with a minifan. Everything was arranged top, you know. I never went with the bus or tram, what we say where we from. Like, we were spoiled kids. You the spoiled kids then. And when the hood see your back from Ajax, they know like, hey, he playing for Ajax.
He's the guy.
You have status. That's why when they kicked me out, I took another way home. I hide the other back. You feel me?
Yeah, but this is a question I wanted to ask you, because like in the youth, like the badge of your team is like your personality. It's a part of your personality. Like you're saying, like even if you're like an academy player in Germany, like I was also playing in the academy, and we had our tracksuits from the team, for our club, and we had other guys from other clubs, like let me say you Bayer Leverkusen or Schalke 04, and we was living in Cologne, you know, a big city in Germany. And when we met outside, bro, even when we went to like parties and stuff, We went with our tracksuits, you know, to meet before because we didn't went to the parties. We went like before the clubs, you know, because we knew, okay, we want to be professionals, but we want to be seen as the guys, you know.
I feel
But
you.
when you're not a part of these clubs, how did it bother you, you know? Because you just told us like you took another path to go home that people don't see you. Because I think after Ajax Amsterdam, you went to like a club named FC Haarlem, right?
FC Harlem, yeah. They faillit now, bankrupt now. They don't exist anymore.
Crazy.
But yeah, bro, it's a big step backwards, bro. When you go from Ajax Academy to Harlem, it's a real slap in the face. Like, you really get humbled. You go from a minivan with a driver, with your boys, with sandwich in the bus, everything, to have to go on the train on time. So after school, I have to run to the train station, be on time on the train. No money to pay the train ticket, so we are finding our way in the train to go training. And the trainings there were in the evening. I'm 16 years and I have to go back from Haarlem back to Amsterdam with the train, and that every day. Like day in, day out, no days off. Just to keep that little hope that I could make it still, because usually when you come from Ajax, other teams will take you, you know, like other good teams. Like you have the Ajax academy in your blood. You can go to a PSV or AZ or Utrecht. You will find your way. But because the reason they kicked me out, I think, was, you know, they gonna call Ajax like, how is this boy?
Yeah, they ask for reference. Yeah.
I think my reference was not that good. So they say, yeah, we work together with Haarlem. If you go there, we keep our eye on you. Just go there. It's good for you. But they knew that was, you know, I was out of it.
Yeah.
But what happened was at Haarlem, they put more guys like me there. But the problem from us was we were really good. So now we playing for Haarlem, but we beating everybody. Even people coming to see us like, who are these guys? Everybody say, yeah, these are the ex-Ajax players. They now here. Okay, we want them. Oh, if you want them, you need to pay Ajax the academy fee. So we already had a price on us. We didn't know. Otherwise, I never would go there. I want to stay free to go wherever I want. So when we figured out clubs need to pay for us, I was like, damn, I have to play here a couple years maybe. Maybe I need to find my way to the first team here. So you go from the Amsterdam Arena, now you see the Haarlem Stadium. It was nice, but you don't want to play there, bro. You know,
Which division was it, the first team?
No, I played from my 16 till 18, I think, 2 years.
Yeah, I know, but the first team of this club, FC Haarlem, which division did the
They
first
play in
team
the second division. They play in the second division.
Okay.
In the second division, but yeah, it was just a huge difference for me. It was just a huge difference. So what happened was the club went bankrupt. The whole club, FC Haarlem, went bankrupt. And they came to us and they say, look, we not afford to keep this club alive with the government and stuff. Y'all free to go wherever you want. So all of a sudden we were free again. And I was calling clubs, emailing every club like, take me for trial. I didn't even say take me. I said, take me for trial, because I knew once I come, it's over with. And some clubs responded, like Heerenveen, AZ. They invited me to come, and Twente. I ended up at Twente after that. So yeah, I went with my auntie and my mother to these clubs, and my feeling with Twente was just the best. And my mother, what crazy is about life, everything comes full circle. My mother grew up, when she came from Suriname, the first place she went to live was Twente. So for her, it was like, damn, she knew everything. Like, I lived here too. I said, okay. Then spiritual wise, I said, okay, here is where I need to be at this moment, and here's where I'm going to do it. And the people were so nice. I was in a guest family. I was away from Amsterdam. There I really find peace and full focus on football. And there where I also earned my first professional contract. So.
Was before that point, like, any point where you say you were maybe like thinking about giving up?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
When Ajax kicked me out, I wanted to stop football.
Yeah.
I was 16. 16 is the age. Like your friends always also gonna look at you like, bro,
Yeah.
you failed. Come with us. You, you understand? Like, bro, Harlem, what you gonna do in Harlem? You was in Ajax now. Like people were just trying to drag you with them failure, you know?
Yeah.
That's how Amsterdam is. Like, not many people where I'm from made it out too. Like, it's very hard to make it out where I'm from. So, no, I really was done with football, bro. Because I couldn't place why they would kick me out. How you explain me why you kick me out? But my mother teach me, keep your head high. Even all the years before that I passed to the next team, she always told me, be ready for one moment that they can kick you out. And I always had that in the back of my head. And the day came and we left with our head high. Like, all right. And then in the car, when nobody saw, I was breaking down like, damn, I'm not playing for Ajax anymore. How is this possible? My life is finished. I stopped football. And again, my mother said, no, you have a dream, you're going to chase it. And yeah, with the right support of my family, I went to Harlem, and that was also amazing time. Amazing time. We had a really good team. Like the problem child team, and we beat everyone. It was really fun.
Yeah.
And my luck was they went bankrupt. For the club, it was not nice because it was the oldest club in history at that time in Netherlands.
Yeah.
I think, out of my head, 100 years plus. And then they bankrupt. So for the club was really sad, but that gave us the opportunity to search for a higher level again. And what we did at the time at Haarlem gave us the ticket to again go. So I did one step back to accelerate afterwards.
Was there anyone else in the team that also made it like you made it?
Let me think. Tero Ondan was a big talent. Yeah, similar style like me, you know. He was very good left, right foot. He didn't make it that far, but he was definitely a baller.
Yeah.
He went to some clubs and he stopped playing football now, but he was a good one. And you should look him up.
Yeah.
And yeah,
So then, next up,
Twente.
pro contract, first pro contract.
Not directly.
Not directly.
Not directly. I had to prove myself.
Yeah.
But what I said, I love the game so much. When I'm on the pitch, I'm, you know, just doing me. And things went well for me outside the pitch. I calm down more because in Enschede, that's how the city name, you don't have that many distractions as in Amsterdam, you know? I was bored. Like, what I'm going to do? Okay, let me play football on the street, you know? In Amsterdam is what I'm going to do. Yo, there is a party here. Let's like, too much things to do. You can just walk out your house and you be with a bunch of people. Like, you know? So when I was there, I was a little bit lonely. I was really isolated.
Did you live alone there?
No, with a guest family.
Okay.
They took me in. They were great for me. And yeah,
Is this like a normal
even
thing?
did homework and type of shit. Yeah. I was really focused, locked in. Like, yeah, I'm going to get this contract. And when Twente saw, you know, what I brought to the table, they was saying like, look, we want you to stay with us. We offer you this contract and the rest is history, man.
We're talking about like the loneliness. Is like loneliness like something that is a bad thing for you, or do you see it like even an opportunity? Because I see loneliness like as an opportunity to find yourself, you know. Because if you don't know who you are yourself, nobody would know like who you are as a person. And maybe this is like something that formed you as a person, that formed you as a character, and formed your ego as well, you know, and prepared you for the next big things that happened.
Definitely. I think I'm also on my best when I'm isolated and focused like that. Like when I have less people around me and I'm far away from where I'm from, that's the better, what you say, to find my focus. And in the end, everybody should focus on themselves to figure out what to do, what to leave to get to their end goal. And for me, it helped me a lot to be in Twente because I don't know if even if I stayed at Ajax at that time, what I wanted back then, if I would make it to the first team, because you're still talking about Ajax. That is like a club that can buy players on your position if you don't perform. And it's very hard for the players in the academy to even reach the first team through the whole academy. There are also examples that do it, but even it's very hard to do that. So in the end, that I went to Twente was for me, as you say, a great opportunity to lock in, to be focused. And for me, I was really on my best back then.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Did you had like some, because even in your age group, when you're like in the under 17s or under 18s, you have other players like who are maybe hyped in your country, you know? And then in the moment, we had this topic when you went to Harlem, you had like players maybe with 16, 17 who made their debut in the Eredivisie and everything. Did you have like some other players in your age group who was like balling in your age and you knew, okay, this guy is the guy I want to like surpass him? Or was it like more, I'm concentrated on myself?
The good thing is that I had some brothers in the football world, and one guy who was my age, but he was already more far in his development, is a guy, Ola John. He also played in Twente. He played with me in the academy.
He played in Spain, no?
He played in Spain.
Yeah,
he played in Benfica.
Yeah.
Benfica bought him, actually. After Twente, he went to Benfica.
Yeah.
So he was really a motivation for me. Like, damn, he's the same age, maybe even younger than me. And he went as a train, you know? Like, it's possible. And, yeah, he was a real baller, a real left winger, you know? Like, who I saw from close by making those steps. So, of course, I thought, like, okay, he goes, I want to be next. But it was never like looking at other players like everybody has their own timing, you know, God timing. I came at the right time, the right moment, because I know if I come, I ain't going away easy. The only way is up. I also see a lot of ballers go up fast, and after 2-3 years, you don't hear of them anymore, or they sit on the bench blaming the coach, or, you know. Like, I knew when I come there, I want to stay for a long time, and I'm grateful that I could. I'm grateful.
Crazy, because I was thinking like I think you're like in the same amount of the age group of like even one of your friends in football, as everybody knows, like Memphis.
Yeah. Also
because Jack is like this is like the thing which connected you guys as well, and is a part of this story, this podcast as well. So we saw you with him doing music. We saw you with him on the pitch at the national team, everywhere. You know, like. Please let us know, how did it start with this guy, with him, and
Memphis.
Was it in the youth? Was it like when you started like playing against each other in the Eredivisie, or how did it go?
Memphis is like my twin. Like, he's a guy. We don't see each other as football colleagues. Like, that's really my brother. We share a lot of things together. That's somebody I talk to for hours, you know. So how we met was, he played in PSV, I played in Twente. And when you, in the academy, you have like tournaments, like under 17 Twente against under 17 PSV. Like the best teams against each other. And then that's how we met. And I always saw him play, but he's very good, you know, strong, fast. And I was a little bit like, who this guy think he is? He ain't gonna beat my team. And he looked at me the same way, like, who this guy think? But, you know, we kind of clashed our characters to later find out we exactly the same. So our first like meeting was like, I said I don't like him, but I'm low-key liking him, you know. And he had the same thing, like, who he think he is, but low-key he feeling me what I was doing. And then yeah, we end up in the national team, like the best from our age together. We talked about it, and then from there on, we share a very strong bond. I think in the football world is one of my best friends. Yeah. I have more, but Memphis is definitely high.
Do you have some names who are like even close to you, like Memphis? Because Memphis is somebody, or Memphis Depay is somebody who everybody sees, because you have like even songs together, you know.
Yeah,
maybe you have some other guys who are like chemistry. Even closer, or like the same thing with Memphis. And I think a lot of people would like to know this, you know.
Yeah, Hakim Ziyech, brother. Steven Bergwijn, my brother. Noah Lang, my brother. Ryan Babel, my brother. I don't want to forget no one. Look, I'm really thinking who's checking on me on a daily, you understand?
Yeah. Don't forget anyone. I swear they will call you.
No. I don't forget anyone. It's a small circle anyway. But these names, what I just called, like, these people really check on me, like, they there for me. Doesn't matter what. So, shout out to all of them. And yeah, I don't have many football friends, actually. It's also a thing, because football players are a little bit, how you say, you said something about character.
Yeah.
Like, not everybody use the things I use in football in real life. Like, they use it only in football. So you don't get the real version of them, you understand?
Yeah.
And that's not how I'm built. So with a lot of football players, it's just we colleagues, you know? I respect, mutual respect, but it's not that I can call you my brother. Like, the names I called now, those are the people who I will be friends with after football. I forget Denzel Dumfries,
Yeah.
Stefan de Vrij. There's some people who really checked on me. Cody Gakpo, check on me. Ryan Gravenberg, check on me. Like, there is a list.
Yeah.
So
Of same-minded people, huh?
Same-minded, and just people who are pure, you understand? Who I can relate with, who I can't fake it. Like, it has to be genuine. And these are people who genuinely, plus minus, have the same background as me. The one is made it more far than me, but end of the day, we have the same base, you know? We can talk about things. We have the same vision of life without judging each other. It's just
Yeah, the fundamentals are correct. You know, this
Yeah.
is like a really really important point to build a friendship, I think, or
Vergeet het, man.
brothership. But even like that, what is like a point for you talking about friendship and everything? Not even in the football thing, but talking about life wise. Like, what is the most important thing for you to have like a friendship? Like, not like the friendship like a colleague. I see him once a year and I talk to him once a year. Like a friendship, really friendship.
Yeah, I don't believe in friendships. I see friendships, I see that as a thing that called life, you know, and even life ends. So when I call somebody my friend, I know one day it will end. That's why I call all my friends brothers, because a brother you have for life, like till death. You understand? So friends are people who shake your hand and just friends. What does a friend do? You know, they want to be with you because you, and not for be there for you really when you need them. You understand? Friends will disappear when things get hard. Friends will be there if you shine. Like, I don't really like friends. I only have brothers around me. If you see people around me, they brothers. So that's how I look at friends. And on the way, like in your career, I had many friends, bro. My phone was full of friends. Everybody calling me. But once you get older, the brothers stay. You understand?
Yeah, of course.
That's how I refer to the word friendship. I don't really like it because I know you here for a certain time, you know? And let's say, for example, Jack. I cannot call Jack my friend because after those many years, he's my brother. Otherwise, I wasn't here. You understand? If Jack was my friend, if he was my friend, I would say, bro, your podcast can come later, bro. Don't bother me with it. You understand? That's what
But
you
this
do
is
for
what
friends.
this is something I told him today. I really told him he can tell you this, me even after this podcast, but he can tell this in this podcast as well. I told him, bro, I swear, Quincy, he loves you. Bro, this is not friendship. This is not I know him. This is not something like this, like that. He loves you because we had the same. The first thing was like the thing with Messi. I think Jack will talk about this topic later. And now even this thing I don't want to make this topic here, but in such a time to make this happen, bro, is something crazy. And this is like the only words you can name here is love. you
Yeah,
know.
bro.
And this is something crazy to see for me in my head, you know. And this is why I believe in everything you said, you know. But even like to make this topic with the other topic, maybe Jack, you can tell how is it to be like a brother to Quincy.
Well, I think our biggest bonding obviously was Ghana. I think
Yeah, that's
I
where it
think what
grew a lot.
yeah I think what we've experienced there was, I think, as you always say, spiritual.
Yes,
It was like really deep,
definitely.
especially the stuff with the kids. What Memphis is doing there is insane.
Bro,
Yeah,
he's a living legend.
yeah,
I don't think people really realize what he's doing, but
yeah.
he inspired me also a lot. Like
Mm,
how he bring people together on such a scale
yeah,
and give back and still doing what he does,
yeah,
and with all the things that coming at him, like negative, positive. Yeah, it's crazy. I think there we really create a strong bond,
yeah.
unbreakable bond, even unbreakable.
And yeah, then maybe I mention it now. I think like I never really publicly told the story,
Yeah,
but when I did the project with Messi, do you remember?
King Messi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I
the thing is we filmed everything behind the scenes, so we still have that footage, even the
Okay,
call and everything,
you have to put that in.
I think I have to put it in, yeah.
Otherwise, they think I kept.
Yeah.
They won't believe it. Tell
No
the
cap.
story, bro.
Yeah.
No cap.
So the story was basically I had the opportunity to make a video for Messi, obviously for a big transfer from PSG to Inter Milan, Inter
Into
Miami,
Miami, yeah.
and so I was filming for a full week, Messi almost every day, and then on the final day there was like the presentation in the stadium,
Yeah,
and Messi walked out on Lil Baby song,
yeah.
and I was like, what is happening here? Like, this is US,
That's crazy.
like in Europe it would never happen.
No.
It would never happen. So then I was like thinking, okay, like I'm making the video, I have power in the video, like I can kind of like decide what's the music, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And my favorite artist is Lil Baby. Like, like everything added up.
Yes.
So like on the way back from the presentation, I had like 30 minutes time. I was thinking, who knows Lil Baby?
Who knows him?
Who knows Lil Baby? So then I was thinking,
You reached out.
but wait, bro, I was thinking
Mm.
because I remember one time in vacation, we listened to one song all the time. It was your unreleased song with Lil Baby.
Ah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
it never came out, right?
No, it never came out.
Yeah.
But it leaked though.
Yeah.
You know how my shit leaks.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
So then I knew, okay, I have to call Quincy.
Yeah.
So I call you, and I think like 10 minutes after I was in a group chat with Lil Baby and his
Yeah,
manager,
bro. Yeah,
and
bro.
everything thanks to you. Yeah.
You got the clearance, everything.
I mean, at the end of the day, it was like a lot of headache, but I mean,
Yeah.
you know how it is with music rights and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately, it didn't work, but I mean, that was at the end of the day, like
Mm-hmm.
the back end that didn't work out.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I think the whole connection was
That was crazy.
crazy. And
But how was it for you, Quincy? Like when Jack called you, I don't even know how what time it was because it was like I think a time separation.
Yeah.
It was morning,
yeah,
bro.
I think
It
a
was
time
morning,
gap.
I think.
How
It
was
was
it for
like-
you when Jack rings your phone and he asks you, bro? I don't know, but
Yeah,
can you
what
make
I
it
tell
happen
you-
with Little Baby? Like from people who don't understand it, they will never understand how this can be like rolling.
Yeah, Lil Baby is also a guy I don't call my friend. I call him my brother too. You understand? He came to Amsterdam and he checked in. We linked up through our jeweler. And from the first moment we met, we kept it solid. We always stayed in touch. He checked on me, I check on him. So we have like a bond growing. So for this type of things, what I say, I don't call people my friends, but brothers. If you have brothers and you have a network with brothers, you can get shit done. You understand? So when Jack called me with this request, I didn't think one time or I didn't think twice. I just thought like if I can set my brother with another brother up to achieve something, what is a win-win for both parties, I want to be a part of it. You know, I want to see everybody win. So I didn't think twice. I send a message to him. He say, if it's your brother, bet. Like, let's make it happen. We set the group chat up, and yeah, the rest is history. So he also don't question. He also don't, you know, it's just what you
Yeah,
do
of
for the
course.
people you have a bond with. Like, how you say, you just have a strong bond, a relationship, like where things like this, or we call it light, you know, it's not a favor, it's just helping each other out. Because that's all we got end of the day. So a lot of people look up to the people I know, or look up to me like I'm unreachable. Like, how you know him, or how I'm gonna reach him. But we also just human, you know. You just need the right pieces together and you can get there. So I know him, he's very busy, but end of the day, if I reach out, he always makes sure he respond. And when he reach out, I always make sure I respond. So that's just the way we are. Even he was in Dubai when he was here 2 months ago. No, he was just here like maybe 2 months ago, and I was with him almost every day, bro. He texted me before he came like, I'm coming this date and that date, and make sure you're with me every day. So yeah, we was just kicking it day in, day out. So that's how we are.
No.
When he's on this side, we link up, and
How many songs you have with him?
only one.
Only one.
Yeah,
Okay.
only one unreleased though.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a great artist. He's really huge in America, you know.
But talking about music, like
Yeah.
the first time I heard your song, I think it was like maybe 7 to 8 years ago, and
Which
we had
one
like
you heard
there
first?
there are like there are like other players who made some music, but like not
Yeah.
not like we don't have to mention it here because the music is not like mentionable because
They
the
were
music is not that
trash.
good as your was, but I would say you you was a like role model even with the music and football thing for the youth. Even you told me like one of your brothers is Noah Lang. He's like killing
Yeah,
the
he's
Dutch
killing it
music
now.
scene
He's
right now.
killing it
I
now.
always see like when he scores, he makes like his own music play in the stadium because I have a friend who played with him, and this is something crazy to see because
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
something you
yeah.
see only in the US, but he brings it back to you, brought it to the Netherlands, to Europe. Even German players are doing it. Even French players are doing it. You know. But how was it for you? How did it came in your head? Like, okay, I'm a football player, but you know what? I drop a tune. And you know what? I drop a tune with another national player. You know, this is something crazy for me.
With twin, that's how we are. Like, when I say twin, I mean we have a lot of similarities. Like, he also is free-minded and does what he wanna do. So we all the time rapping in the hotel room of the national team, bringing my studio, my own setup. But people also don't know I produce my own songs, everything myself.
Crazy.
Yeah, people don't see that behind the scenes. They think I have a producer. And like, I really making music is my hobby. It's not what I do to release, or it's really what I like to do. So every time we go to the national team, he be like, bring the studio. I like, okay. I pack my studio, I set it up in my room, and we make music all the time. But now we were thinking like, what we gonna do with it? Release? Nah. People will kill us if we do that. How can we be national team players and releasing songs? And then we were just like, but what if we do it in the vacation? Then nobody can judge us about our performance because we have vacation. Nobody will say, you bring music, but you played shit on Sunday. So already we release a little bit stress on that part. And then we were like, why we even discussing this? Some people like fishing. Some people like a PlayStation for 20 hours a day. We like music. Is it a big deal? Why can't I make music? Who ever said in the world, if you play football, that's the only thing you should do? You're a football player, nothing else. Who print that in our brains? That's not true. Maybe I'm a good football player and an amazing painter. Maybe I'm a good football player and an amazing chess player. Like, you understand? Who put us in that box? And what we wanted to do is break the lines. Like, we are football player, we are fashion killers, we are making music, we do whatever we can do at best. You understand? This is
Yeah.
what we do. And it's
I
not
think.
only football
Sorry.
player. It's not only playing football. That's our talent, but we have multiple talents, you know? So we was like, okay, we're gonna release it, we're gonna shoot a video with it, and we're gonna put 2 Rolls Royce in the middle of LA, and we're gonna bring the chains out and everything, and we're gonna act like we're musicians. Because if we're gonna go hard.
All in.
We was like dreaming of it. Yeah, we was saw it in front of us, but not to be famous of it or to get views, just to break the line so we could say we did what we wanted. We created this in a hotel room and now we bringing it out. Like, this is also what we can do. And if you see now that football players taking gold plaques and everything, like, we had a lot of criticism on it. We took the first. There were some football players before us who did it, but not really as loud as us. But we really took a lot of negative comments, like who they think they are. Look, you know, people talking down on us, that demotivated us a little bit. Like, damn, we thought we inspire people, but we create hate more, you know? And then we just continue. He's dropping a song. I keep dropping a song. We continue slowly. And I think when the hate comments turn into love a little bit, because it's a thin line, you know? People hate on you because you do something good. They don't hate for no reason, because why would you hate on us? Come on. You understand? So when we was consistent with it a little bit, I think then other football players saw, like, they were also wanted to be like us, but they were putting in the box, so they scared. Maybe their parents would say, no, act normal, say what the club say, or do what they tell you to do, don't go out of the box. But when they saw making music and playing football, it's okay, then everybody else followed. And I don't say we were the first, because Ryan Bob also rapped before us. There are some players who did it before us, but I think in Netherlands, we the main guys who really reset the levels as football players.
But do you think
Music
it's
out.
like about the music, or is it about the genre of the music, you know? Because I think if you would like drop like a country song,
They
because
would
there's
love
like
it.
one guy, I don't know if you know him. I think he's one of the Ball brothers from the US. He was also a basketball player, and then now he dropped a song, like a country song mixed with rap, and the
Oh
whole
yeah, I heard
country
that. I
loves
heard
it.
that
You
one.
know, he's in
Yeah.
stadiums and
I like that
everything.
song, low key. It's a good song.
Yeah.
It's
And
not bad.
do you think it's about the genre? Because rap music is like tough music, you know? It's like tough lines. You talk about tough times and everything. And
Yeah.
it's not like relatable for everybody. It's not mainstream music, you know?
That's what.
But if you
That's
will
why.
talk about like not like the streets from Amsterdam, or
Yeah.
even street football is nothing that is relatable for everyone. They will know, okay, I go to school, I go to uni, I go to parties and stuff. If you will talk about this, maybe it would be like a little bit easier for you, just for the other people maybe to understand, you know?
I understand. You talk about making commercial songs, like, for the big audience and the public opinion. You know, like, I don't want to say no examples, but you have some people who want to be. I don't make music for those people. If you don't understand me in my music is not for you. And nobody force you to listen my music. Like, go what you like. But I have many people who really relate to my music, and for them I do it. Like, I never make music for other people. I do it for myself. Like, as long as I'm pure and feeling what I'm singing or rapping, I know somebody else go through what I went through or feels how I felt in that moment, and that person I will touch. That's what I do it for. I don't want to say what you want to hear. Then I can make a ABC song. You understand? I want to keep it so as pure as possible.
Yeah. So on the music topic,
Yeah.
I think it's still quite relevant, the whole Drake Kendrick Lamar beef. On which
Yeah.
side are you?
I don't talk about other people's beef.
Okay.
But if I was Drake, I can't let that slide like that.
Yeah.
You know? I'm on nobody's side. Drake makes. I don't know him personally, so why would I pick a side?
Yeah.
His music is great.
Yeah.
Only thing is what Kendrick did.
Heavy.
Yeah, was wild.
Yeah.
but I cannot pick a side. I don't know them like that.
Okay.
I have my opinion, but they are both great, you know. I don't like beef when two great people fighting. Like, why they don't make a song together? I'm for that. Don't don't bring each other down. And I don't fuck with that. So I ain't gonna speak on that.
Okay.
But I dance to that song though.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
But talking we like the music stuff because this is like a topic Jack and I love. You
It's
know,
drama, you
but
know.
we
I feel you. But I cannot speak on their beef. But if somebody diss me like that,
No, bro, I
wild,
totally
bro.
understand, bro. But I'm on neither side as well. I think Jack has a side, but I
who you with? Yeah, who you with? Let me ask you the
Jack,
question, bro.
tell the guys who you
Try to
with,
trick
man.
me into other people's beef, bro.
But for me, I always listen to Drake, you know.
Yeah,
So for me, like I'm not really like big fan of Kendrick Lamar's music, you know.
yeah.
So for me, it's Drake's side, but with the one song he killed him, like Kendrick killed him.
Okay,
For
so
me, it's
you're
clear.
not really neutral in that choice.
For me, I'm on one side before already, but if I
Yes.
just look at the beef,
Yeah.
I think it's clear for everyone. Like who?
But is it beef though? What
I
is
mean,
beef? It's a battle.
it's business beef, I guess.
Yeah. I don't think.
But you know what I think? I
they
think it's
should
not
make a
finished
song
yet.
together.
Yeah.
That would be a nice one
Yeah.
for every people who discuss it. Who side you on?
Yeah.
Why would we be on the side? If Drake drops tomorrow, I will listen to it. If Kendrick drops, I will listen to it. I like greatness, so if they make good music, you know, Kendrick have some nice songs too. Drake is Drake. Like he doing this for years. That's why it's so. That's why I don't want to talk on it which side I'm on because
Yeah. Do you have a favorite musician?
same like Messi Ronaldo discussion.
Yeah.
I have a favorite musician at the moment.
Or maybe even all time.
All time. No, you know the thing is, I am so all over the place with music, bro.
Okay.
I go very deep. Like I have a lot of Suriname influence. Then Suriname directly have a Jamaican sound, so a lot of Jamaican artists I really listen to and study. Now Afro beats is very popular. The rap, this go back since Tupac Biggie. You know, I'm a 90 baby. A lot of kids now, they born just now, they don't know the history. But
Yeah.
if you're from the 90s, you know that rap is the basic. So I take all these sounds and make it in mine. And my number one at the moment, like if he drops, I really like, damn, this guy every time surprise me, is Burna Boy. His voice, and I knew Burna Boy from a freestyle at Tim Westwood. He was at a freestyle Tim Westwood, and I told my cousin back then, look at this guy, he's pure, man. He was even crying in the freestyle. I want everybody to look it up. If you don't know Burna Boy from back then, you don't really...
He was crying in the freestyle.
Look it up, Burna Boy, Tim Westwood, freestyle, right? And there
Yeah.
you can see what he's doing now already, but there he's pure. You understand? So if you watch back and then the journey, what he is doing till today, it's crazy, bro. Yeah, you should watch that freestyle, definitely.
We was talking about the battles, okay?
Yes.
And I think greatness, if you want to have greatness, you have to surpass some battles, you know? Because
Yes.
even in football, when you see the battles, okay, we say like the derbies, Real Madrid, Barca. Because of the battle, this game has greatness. If you see in Germany, Bayern Munich and Dortmund, because of the mentality, the fans, the battles between them, it's greatness, okay?
Yeah,
But which
I get
battle,
you.
this is my question is, which battle with yourself made you great? I know it's a deep question, but which battle with yourself made you great?
Which battle with myself made me great? There are multiple, but to refer to one, you know, when you get in a team, let's say I am a left winger. You know, every team have 3 left wingers or 2 left wingers. So you need to fight for your spot. Because you can be on the team, you can be on the bench, or you can be on the tribune. And what I did good in my to secure my spot in a team, to be able to be great in what I do, is always be a better of myself every day, to reach to the level that the coach now think like, damn, I don't know who to pick anymore, because he scored, but he scored too. And when I'm at that level that the coach doubt, I give them my street extra, my little sauce, my step over, my goal celebrations, my whole entertainment side. So the coach say, nah, I need him on the pitch, because that's what the people come for, to the stadium. You understand? So I always chased myself every day, like how I'm gonna get on the level to secure my spot. And when I'm at that spot, now I wanna accelerate over the guy, so the guy will never take my spot back again. You understand? So it's like the battle in yourself is to be a better version of yourself every day. Like my left foot was shit back then. Now I score with left though. Don't play with my left foot now. But before, every time the ball comes on my left foot, I wanted to fake shot and go to my good foot. Then I thought, what if I could shoot with left? It would be more, or give a good cross with left. I'm more dangerous. I can go both ways. So I was training my left foot. And indeed, when I developed my left foot better, I was more dangerous, what gives the coach also more his thought towards me. So that's all small things what you can always improve yourself. Just have in your mind, where can I be better tomorrow? What can I do to be a better version of me? If once you have that click in your head, because I could be satisfied with my first contract. I ain't born rich. After my first contract, I could think, this is what I did it for. I'm professional now. I will relax. It's fine. But I'm hungry. You have to stay hungry. It's never enough. You need to be better every day. So yeah.
Yeah,
That's the thing what I would say.
Yeah. What I want to know,
I sound like a teacher in this thing. But it's really like that.
Yeah.
But it was a deep question, bro. You explained a lot, but Jackie wanted to say something.
Yeah. So let's go back to the story, like 20.
Yeah.
Your first pro contract afterwards, right?
Yes.
First money, I guess.
Yeah.
Or proper money.
Yes.
What
On
was
my
like,
bank account.
Yeah. What was like your first spending, like your big spending?
I bought a bag for my mom, a Louis Vuitton bag, because I promised her that.
Yeah.
And I'm always a man of my word, so if I say it, I do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I bought from my first salary a Louis Vuitton bag. You can ask her if I kept.
Yeah.
That was for me the greatest achievement at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know how many times I went to the Louis store and asked the price? Like, how much that bag? Tell me how much that bag. How much? Dip, gone. Like, the Louis store and this type of stores were like impossible for me. I was even scared to walk past them, because I like everything, but what I'm gonna do there? You understand? So once you get that legit money on your bank account, you can beep beep. It hit different for a guy like me. But then you also learn the other side, like money comes and goes. You need to invest. You need to be smart. You need to make different moves. Not everything is spending your money, you know?
When did you start investing your money?
Also early. Not my first contract. I didn't buy a house that time. I think my second contract, my mother told me, you need to buy real estate. So when she told me buy real estate, I said, no, I go on vacation. I want a big yacht, cars. She said, you're going to buy real estate. She was on my ass as always. And I bought it. And I could do both still, but I had investment, my first one. So when I start to understand the game of that part of life, I was like, there are two ways to go to the Louis store. Either with your salary or either with
Investment.
passive income. So yeah, free game.
But even when you started playing, okay, now you have money. But how did it change like your motivation on the pitch? Because even, your biggest investment that you have to do is like the investment on yourself because your body is playing football, And as I told you, like when I saw you in Dubai, I told you, bro, you are in great shape, How important is like the gym for you? How important is like the training for you? How important is like maybe do extra training and stuff? Because we always only see like the flashy Quincy Promise on the pitch who do
Yeah,
like the
they don't
math
know the
thing
work
and
I put
everything.
in.
But
Yeah.
what can I expect when I see you off the pitch when you're training on yourself or maybe mentally wise or something? Can you take us
Yeah.
give us a look in on this side?
What I learned on an early age in my career is hard work pays off. That's the only way. And what it refer also back in staying hungry. Like my genetics are good, but if I don't work on a daily basis, I will get injuries. And what happens if you get the injury? Your spot is gone. And I don't want nobody take my spot. Remember, that's my mentality. Like once I'm there, nobody is gonna take my spot. That's what it's in my DNA. So what I'm gonna do, able to keep that spot. I can be lazy and think I'm already here. I will see when this guy will take over now. Or you always one step ahead. Like whatever happens, I want to make sure I'm fit. Whatever happens, I make sure I run more than him. Whatever happens, I make sure if I get one chance, it's go. If you print that type of things in your mind, to go to the gym, it's fun. Then we go back to music, play a nice song, dance in the gym, do crazy but work. So I always like to combine fun with work. Like if you make your work fun, you will become unstoppable. And if you look to other athletes, let's say the NBA, they have so much fun balling out, bro. It starts from when they from going from home, how they dress because they don't have a dress code. They can come however they want to the game, and the music they playing, like they so free minded. And I always looked at that sport like, why we so stiff in the football world? Why everything is so, they even make more money than us. They living their best life, and we like robots. Nah, we need to be free-minded because that's where you keep the creativity. That's where you can decide a game and don't decide a game. You understand? If you have that gift from God, not from people, God gave you that gift to be able to do things other players can't or other people can't. You should use that and don't because every people tell you things every time you start to believe in what they tell you. So always keep that child in you alive. And yeah, that's the thing. Like hard work pays off. Like if your skill is step over, make sure you do 100 step overs a game, bro. That's your skill. Don't listen to the coach. I need to play two touch. Nah, my thing is step over. Look how I break ankles now. Here's that's why I enjoy players who free minded. Like that's the street football love I have for the game come from.
But even talking about free-minded people, after a season like a really good season in Holland or like in the Eredivisie, you made like a step like to a country. I think not everyone would like understand why did he do this, because maybe you talk like you have players from the Netherlands who go to France, maybe to Germany, maybe to Spain where he was as well. But then like Quincy Promise is like in the snow in Russia, minus
Yeah,
30 degrees. Like, a guy from
yeah.
Suriname, I think loving the sun in the snow, but breaking ankles like as well. How did it came, bro? Because I didn't understand it back then. How can
I
like a
will
transfer
tell
like
you,
this happen?
today is the day. Now, look, what you say now about nobody understood, I always feel like misunderstood. You understand? I never make my choices based off what people think. Or they go to the Premier League, I want to go to the Premier League. Or, I always follow my feeling. And you say Russia, like it's a cold country, minus 30 degrees. But, bro, you're talking about the biggest country of the world, of this globe. I go from couple thousand fans to million fans, bro. I played for Spartak Moscow. That's like the Ajax in Russia. But I don't say, not people in Europe have how you say, a misconception about Russia. And now with the controversial what's going on with the war type, I don't want to talk too much about it, but people have a wrong perception of Russia. Once you're there, 21 years old, the city have 16 million people. You see skyscrapers you would never see in your life in Enschede, where I came from. Why wouldn't you go, bro?
Yeah.
God, that's a blessing of God. You go from this to this, bro. And you think about France or Spain or hell no, I was it was not the easy choice. I didn't say I was like this was my dream or plan to go, but if God bless you in a certain way and put you in places you should be, you can't go against God's plan, bro. You can't. And it's not the whole year minus 30 degrees. It can also be plus 30. Don't get it twisted that we on beach clubs chilling. Yeah. So yeah, and I win trophies there. After 16 years, they didn't win a trophy. Bro, I think my best time in my career was in Russia, bro. By far. By
Yeah, I
far.
believe you.
And it's what I say, I was 21 and I had the opportunity to make my own story, to be different. Because everybody in the beginning say, look, he go there for money, he will never succeed. Bro, when they saw me balling in Champions League, players call me, how I get to your team? I also want to play there. Bro, you understand? I made it look cool. I made it a thing to play in Russia. And in Russia were already ballers before me, like Hulk, Witzel, Danny from Portugal. There were already ballers in the league. So you had Wagner Love, you had Musa, you had so many players already there. So it was just from where I'm from, people always have an opinion and they don't want to see you going your own way, They maybe rather saw me in the Premier League and fail, and then they would say, I told you he was not ready for the Premier League. You understand? But it was my path. It was the most best time in my career, bro.
Yeah, I saw a video of yours, like, it's not you who posted it, but it's somebody else who posted it. And I saw, like, a young Quincy Promes, I think it was, like, even 8 years ago or something. Like, he was really young, and he was, like, in the changing room, motivating the whole squad. I think it was, like, a final. And you told them, let's show everybody who Spartak is, And I was like, I'm not even playing for Spartak, but tell me where Spartak is. I'm going to play with you guys, And this was crazy for me because
I remember that moment.
As you mentioned, you was loved, like, from the fans, maybe from the culture, from the people living there. But is it something for you, like, maybe even from the youth on, because you had like some things like with Ajax Amsterdam, a team where it wasn't loved because maybe of your misbehavior or something, you couldn't give your sincerely love back? Is it like something in your mind?
Yeah, it was two thoughts with Ajax, because Ajax is the love of my life. Still today, Amsterdam, Ajax Amsterdam is my club. But it's also the club that broke my heart. They sent me away. At the time that I thought I needed them the most, they kicked me out. But that made me as a person too. So the love never went away for them. They just broke my heart a little bit. It's like you have a girlfriend, she break your heart, to find a new one. You understand? But that love for that girl will always be the same.
Yeah.
So yeah. Coming back to Spartak, that mentality, what I try to print in Spartak, is all what I learned at Ajax, because they print in your head as a kid that you the best of the world. Mm-hmm. We say like, wij zijn Ajax, wij zijn the best. That literally means like, we are Ajax and we the best. So that confidence, that bravoure, that swag, that thing you have, you learn in the academy of Ajax. That's why the kids in Ajax Academy, they crazy, bro. Real ballers from an early age, really good. So I just wanted to give that with them, like, believe in yourself. Like, let's show everybody who doubted us, everybody who said, we are just in Russia, that also here we can take trophies. And the crazy part is we win that final and I made the winning goal, I think, even.
Yeah, crazy.
That's crazy. That guy from Amsterdam goes to Russia, scored the winning goal in the final. bro, speechless, bro. Even if I think about it, I get goosebumps because
Goosebumps, right?
I look at
And
where
then
I'm
even
at, where I'm at in life now, and then looking back, like, damn, they really, they really don't like it. You understand?
yeah.
They still try to find things, but history don't lie, bro. And yeah, I'm very grateful, and God's willing, I will return to Russia very soon. We never know. You know, it's all in God's hands. But that's still, I still have unfinished business there. So it's
So you're saying the story is not over there?
for me, no. I don't care if I'm 40, as long as I can run and move, bro.
Yeah.
It's not over. It will never be over. Only God decide when things over.
So you could imagine also like a life in Russia after your career?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I say, Russia is not only cold and snow, and Russia is a beautiful country, bro. It's it's like it's like Dubai,
Yeah.
but with history, because you have old buildings, you have art,
Yeah.
you have all the top restaurants, you have, bro, whatever you think of, what you need, you have.
Yeah.
Nothing is impossible in Moscow, bro. And the people who've been there, they know what I'm talking about. Like, it's a city limitless, and it's safe. You can do. It's like really like Dubai, but in Russia.
And then in Russia, like where the stage was huge, you played in front of million people, as you said. There was like a celebration that made you a little bit even more famous in the whole world of football, like the mask. I even know like the Instagram pictures of you of even of your chain with the mask, then little kids doing the mask when they score. Like we was, I swear, when we was like 16 or 17 or 18, I don't know. And we scored.
Yeah.
There were people like who did like, hey, let me do the promised mask, you know?
Yeah,
This
yeah,
was a real thing. It was like the Ronaldinho and on this stage, but you did it in Russia. But you
Yes.
made like Russia with this, you made the football worldwide in Russia, you know?
Yes.
And how did it came with the mask? What was your idea with the mask? Or did it come like, okay,
Bro.
there's something I had to do and let me do it, you know? Or how did it came?
If you look back to my whole career, since I'm young, when I score, I celebrate. That's from my culture. We love to dance. We love to entertain. Like, we just have that. I don't like players who score and you're not happy. Why are you scoring for, bro? Smile. Like, show emotion, passion. Like, that's where you work the whole week for, to be the star in the weekend. So when you score, show it. So we always had celebration, dancing, doing crazy stuff, bro. I had the craziest celebration. If you look back, even into time, everywhere. So when I was in Russia, I was playing PlayStation with my cousin. And even when we play PlayStation, if we score, we celebrate to bully the other guy. Like, really go in your face. Like, it's really tense. So he scored. He did something crazy, jumped up, run around me. I scored. I was like, damn, he beating me. So when I won the game, spontaneously, I did this, but I didn't know what I did. He said, wait, do that again? I said, what, this? He said, yes, do that when you score on Sunday. I say, okay, you know, let's see. He said, do that for me. I say, okay, if you say you want to see that, I will score anyway. You will see that. Yes, I scored. Boom. So when I scored, I forgot what the celebration was.
Yeah.
So I was looking at him like, what you want me to do again? He do like from the stands what I need to do, you understand? So I did it, and then everybody just went crazy. Like, before the game, when I went to the stadium, everybody put his hand for their face. Like, I was like, damn, it's really going somewhere. What is this? So me with my creative head was like, this is a mask, but it's my hand. It's not a real mask. I'm going to buy a real mask. I place it next to the goal. When I score, I will take the real mask and show everybody it's real, you know?
Yeah.
That was my moment to show everybody I don't play. Now, every time when I score, y'all going to deal with the mask. So I scored. I took the red mask, like a real red mask, placed it in front of my face, exactly like the sign with my hand. And from there, it went crazy, bro.
Crazy.
I don't know if you can find that picture. You should find that picture. It's crazy. You see me with a real mask on the pitch, and the referee say you can't do that. It looks scary, you know. The kids,
Yeah.
you can't do that anymore. I think I even got a yellow card because of that. So
But
yeah.
I see all the
But
time
that
like
picture is legendary.
I see all the time like these TikTok edits. You know them?
Yeah, they use
Bro.
that picture. That picture,
Yeah.
they love it.
Yeah.
That's the picture. That's the picture
But
I'm talking about.
I think the celebration is the best for like these edits,
bro,
you know.
that was the start of it.
Yeah.
And then the brand came after it. I started to do closing line. Then the other logo came,
Yeah.
like my initials with the mask. It's also very...
But what wonders me is like how is it in Russia? Like I guess you have to fly for every game then, right?
Yeah,
the
you
country-
fly.
Yeah.
But the longest flight is like 2 hours. And there is one cup game. You can fly 9 hours and still be in Russia.
Crazy.
You like at the border of China. That was a crazy experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, you fly to the games, but it makes it feel like every game is like a Champions League game, you know? You have to travel, like it builds up the tension. I loved it. You one day in the hotel before the game, so you're already locked in, you know? I like that. I didn't mind.
Was there
flying.
like any like big difference compared to like let's say Netherlands or Spain or whatever?
Yeah, Netherlands is small. You go everywhere with the bus. In Netherlands, you can even play on artificial grass. Like, it's a difference. But when you play for Ajax in the Netherlands, it's a different than you play for other teams because Ajax is that team.
Yeah.
They expect a lot of the team, you know. Bro, Ajax is amazing. To be a part of that, to go back in the stadium, score goals where you were a ball boy. And my connection with the fans is crazy because I'm the product of the city. Like, I'm a real Amsterdam guy. I know everything. So my love for the fans and the people, because I also was in the stand, you know. I love Ajax. So Ajax is my first love, but Spartak is my ultimate.
But like in Russia, how? Because for us, if you don't know Russia, like you think it's cold, you know. Like,
Yeah.
How did you dealt with the cold?
We play in the cold like 3 weeks because we off earlier. Then you have the winter break for 3 months.
Okay.
So in the real winter, when it's really that cold, you as a football player are not there.
Okay.
Okay.
You have vacation. I'm in Europe, in France, you know. So, yeah, how you deal with it, bro? You go gloved up, bro. You survive. I had like two pants, masked up, and just do what you love. Like when you healthy and you able to play football, doesn't matter the weather, bro. It's cold in Netherlands too. It's cold in in Italy too, you know. So you don't really experience the real -30. You don't experience that. Luckily.
I think even if it's cold outside, but it's warm inside your heart, you know, this fulfill
Yeah.
your legs as
Yeah,
well. You know,
you're
this
good.
is your fuel. If you how you're talking about Russia, it's like even like you're an ambassador of this
Brother,
country, even football
brother,
wise,
God's
you know.
willing,
And
God's
I
willing.
think even this kindness or warmness or hotness even like in your heart showed it like how you played there. But what was like your best experience in Russia for yourself?
The best experience was to become champion after 16 years. That was really history was made. I think that's why also the fans embraced me that much because before I came, I asked them, of course, because I come from the Ajax Academy. I'm used to winning trophies, so I asked, who was the champion of last year? They say Zenit. I say, and the champion of the year before? Another team. I say, and the year before? Another team. 16 times I had to ask who was the champion. You know, like I had to go on Google to do my homework. Like, bro, this team where I'm going didn't win a trophy for 16 years. Damn. So I had in my mind, whatever happens, I go and I will leave with one trophy. And I always said it in interviews when I was 21 years, I say, I want to win a trophy. You know, with the Amsterdam mentality that I have, like, no fear. I told everybody we're going to take a trophy and I will not make a transfer till I take a trophy. Everybody was laughing at me. Who's this kid think he is? They didn't win a trophy 60 years. So already I put myself in a position. I have something to prove again. Like, I have to show people again. And yeah, we did it, bro.
Yeah.
We took all the trophies you can win in Russia while I was there.
But I think you're a guy who likes this pressure, you know,
I
because I
need
think you
it,
put
bro.
a
I
lot of
love it.
pressure on yourself, and I think like how I know you from stories from our like our when we met, is like you're a person, you know. There's a saying, diamonds are made with pressure, you know,
Yeah.
and I think you love to put pressure on yourself because I think this is motivation for you. Is it true?
Yeah, definitely. No, I need that pressure. That pressure keeps me going. It keeps me hungry. It keeps me sharp. Like, I love pressure. I embrace the pressure. And because I embrace it, there is no pressure. I know what I do. I know what I can do. Everything I want, I can do.
Yeah.
You know, pressure it's an illusion, bro. Who puts pressure on you? You need to set goals and dream and go for it, bro. Sky is the limit. Like, 16 years, no trophy, and then I come and I become the top scorer and the best player and take this trophy, bro. Who would have thought? If I would tell you this before that I would do that, you would tell me, "Are you crazy, bro? What you go in Russia is -30. It is cold." I would listen to you and say, "Yeah, you're right. I probably go to Spain where is the sun." You understand? But because I had my own thing going already inside me, growing, like, this is my journey and I embrace it. What pressure? What cold? What Russia? Why Russia is bad? Why it's cold? Bro, that's my journey. I embrace it and make it my home.
Yeah. You wanted to say something before God's willing.
God's willing, that's what I wanted to say. You and Jack have to come, God's willing, if I'm back in Russia, to come visit me. And so I can back everything I just said.
Yes.
Yeah,
I will
want
be
you
there
because you
open
never
eye.
been.
Never.
Oh, but there was a World Cup there too. 4
But
years ago.
I didn't go.
You didn't go?
No.
Bro, you have to see it with your own eyes because for me it's very hard to explain it in words.
Yeah.
But once you go there yourself and you see what I'm talking about, you will
So
talk about it.
this is an invite.
This is a personal invitation.
I will take
If
that.
I'm there,
Thankfully.
y'all coming. If I'm there, doesn't matter if it's in 20 years, y'all coming.
Yeah, 100%.
Spain is a village compared to Russia. You understand? So for the people who travel to Spain or the people who never been to Russia, they comfortable in Spain because that's what they know. They see on television, the beaches, it's what you like, you understand? But when it comes to lifestyle and freedom and do what you want and really be successful in a big city, we big city boys. You know, Madrid is big, it's a big city. You have Real Madrid, you can compare it to Russia. But for me, Moscow is what can you do in Madrid what you can do in Russia? We have beaches. You want to watch Madrid? We put on the television. You have yeah, because not everybody can get a ticket in Bernabeu. Don't think you live in Spain, you have a season ticket. That doesn't mean you understand. Like, your life is how you make it. If you want, you have a whole Spanish community in Russia, bro. Reggaeton parties, reggaeton this, bro. You have a whole Spanish South American vibe going on in Russia, in Moscow. Then you have a whole dancehall community. Then you have how the biggest DJs in the world travel to Moscow to give big concerts. Like, there is everything you need, you know? Now with the situation now, it's more close and private. But before it was, bro, we talked about Louis Vuitton before.
Yeah.
Russia, I think Moscow is also a city with the most billionaires in one city. Do your research. I don't talk. So, in which city you want to be in? What do you want to be? Successful, or you stay in in your comfort zone, where you pay tax and be in a box and do what other people tell you to do? Like, what I told you, I like freedom and free-minded people, and achieve goals. And my goals I could only achieve in Moscow. Why? Because there are too many opportunities to achieve them, and too many chances you can have in a Spain or in a Netherlands. It's nice. I had a great time in Spain, but compared to Moscow, bro, I arrived in a private jet. And already people commenting, yeah, why he arrive in a jet? Why he don't fly with a normal plane? I didn't flew normal for 4 years. And so for me it was normal. You understand? I already reached that level that for me it was normal. So I went back to village to a normal lifestyle. You understand? And that's it. And we human. We all like finer things. We all like comfort. Once you fly a jet, you know you don't want to go back to economy class. So that's just examples what I mean. Like if people are satisfied with their life in Spain, it's good, it's fine. I love Spain. I love to go there. But when we talk about lifestyle and next level things, not many cities in the world can come close to Moscow. It's a metropolis. You know what a metropolis is? You have like restaurants you only have in big cities like Hong Kong have it, like maybe Dubai has it, but not in Europe. You won't find the restaurants you have in Moscow. People say, yeah, how is the food? Bro, I can go to a Spanish restaurant in Moscow. I can go to Italian. Then we're talking about Michelin. So what we talk about, when I go to Amsterdam, I go to the snack bar. That's like fries and frikanda. You know, it's levels to, you can, everybody tell me, how is Moscow? It's cold there. What you eat? Then I'm, like, I don't even want to talk about it. Like, I just invite them, come and see. And everybody I brought to Moscow, and there's many people who I let experience this lifestyle, they can tell you, they can clarify that they always came back. Nobody went to Moscow and said, no, I don't like it here. Like, everybody who came and saw, say, yeah, I will come back for sure. So,
Okay. But what I need to understand now is like, you live your best life in Moscow. And so then you're going to beat Sevilla in the Champions League, was it right?
yeah.
And then obviously you made a big game and Sevilla got interested in you.
Yes.
Why? Like, what was in your head that you made the move?
So, ambition, bro. I had every trophy I wanted. I told the fans I stayed till I win trophies, and after that, I felt like I was ready for Europe. Like now, my name was already out there in Champions League. I already became, top scorer of my team, everything. So then my family and friends was like, okay, what's next? I always look what's next, and then I wanted to go to Europe to a Champions League team. And my first aim was AS Roma. I was in negotiations with AS Roma. They were very interested. The deal didn't happen. And then somebody from AS Roma, I don't want to say his name wrong, but he called Sevilla like, look, we couldn't sign him. You should sign this player. And after that game against Sevilla, the direction of them, they just loved what I did to their team, I think I scored 2 goals and 2 assists that game. And I was really balling that day. And that's where their interest came from. Like, no, we need this player on our side. And because I was ready for the next step, for me it was only right. Sevilla is a great club. It was a great experience.
But how was it for you like to live there? Because I know Sevilla really well, and I know like Sevilla is really old school.
It's a
like,
village.
Yeah, it's a village.
Compared to Moscow, yeah.
Like, it's like also a big difference to Madrid, because Madrid
big
is international,
Yeah.
Sevilla is really local.
Yeah.
So how was it for you?
It reminded me a little bit of the Twente time.
Okay.
It was very quiet, very, how you say, local. Like really a village for me. And I think that's why also I didn't stay long, because I like big cities. I like to, to enjoy the lifestyle also, to do me. And in Sevilla, it was like, damn, not boring, but it was not fitting right for me, I was happy, but not really myself. I played one game, then one game on the bench, and I had to start from zero again. So I had all these trophies. I think the record buying, they bought me the most high paid player. I come there, and then it was, not matching well. Sometimes that happen in your career, but I don't regret one day of it. It was, the fans there are crazy too.
Yeah.
I was able to play against the biggest team in the world, biggest teams. And it also helped me to develop as a player to, again, reset and to accelerate after that. And then after that, Ajax came. And in that year, Ajax was crazy in the Champions League. They had a crazy team. They beat Real Madrid that year. So for me, it was only right to join them in that time. So that's why I went back to Amsterdam.
To your love of your life.
Yes.
But did you
Full
found like
circle.
because there's a saying like if you leave the love of your life, you know, there will always be something missing, you know. But if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
come
yeah,
back and searching this kind of this piece, maybe the piece is coming, but the other things that defines your love to the club or
Yes.
to the people or to this person will go. So
Yeah.
it's like a 80 to 20%, like 80 to 20%. 80% you get, but you're always searching the 20%.
Yeah.
Is it like something that is the truth of your time in Ajax the second time, or was it
Yeah,
another
bro.
thing?
I had great 2 seasons. Only the problem was that COVID came at that time, so the season stopped earlier. What was really, really sad, I think, for the whole world that COVID came. But what I said, to be able to play for the club you grew up in, to come back and to see the same people working there, where you walked around as a child, like every door was the same. Like I was like a fish in the water. Like what I say, I had a great time there, very great time.
Crazy. So now, obviously, you're in Dubai next to Jack, and when I see you, I don't know. I told Jack about it last time. I see like peace, and I see like maybe this misunderstoodness is like I don't know because you told it in this podcast before. Like you are misunderstood and everything. You have pressure on you. Maybe it's not fair and everything. But
Yeah.
when you meet other people, because I am like a person who met you like in
Yeah.
real life, you don't give me like this the sign that you are like treated unfair. You give me the love that you have for Jack as well, you know? How is it
Yeah.
for you like to find peace like in chaos, you
In
know?
chaos, yeah. That's a good question, bro. How do I find peace in this chaos? Always need to be true to yourself, you know? In the chaos, what you can let happen is to go in the chaos with it and then lose yourself. Like, I'm a guy who's very strong in his shoes, you know? Very confident in what I do and I stand for certain things. So for me, it's not difficult to be able to give that love to everybody who give me that love back. Like you came all the way to Dubai to see me, to do this podcast, everything, and you're a brother of Jack. So of course you will get the same love. Like all the chaos is just noise in the background that don't define me as a human. Because end of the day, we football players, we artists, we all of that other things after. First you were human and what you stand for. So always I try to show people we human too and always be humble. That's how I raised and that's how I always will be. Doesn't matter what people think of me or people who have an opinion. Like what makes me who I am is that I always try to be pure to myself. And when I'm pure to myself, I can give that same pureness to my brothers or to my fans or to people who, want to see that. Like people love the chaos. People love drama. People love scandals. People love stories. But once you get to know a person or you meet a person in real life, it's always different. I have that all the time. I can have an opinion about someone, and when I meet that person, it's completely different.
Different, yeah.
Yeah, like damn, I didn't know he was like that, and that's always gonna be like that. That's why I don't really like to do interviews or go in the media because people will have a view of you, what can be one moment, or you say the wrong thing, they will change it and bring it out like it's a negative thing. Like I like pureness. Like if you want to get to know me, when you see me, just have a chat with me, and you always get the real me, bro.
And I swear this podcast here, I think we will come to an end. It's one of the most inspirational thing I ever heard. I swear it's not like I think for the people who see this podcast it's like a little bit glazing, but it's showing love and respect, you know. It's not like that I'm trying to make an image or something, but it's really showing respect and everything, and I'm really thankful for it for this time. And I just want to know, where do you get your strength from? Because we're talking about the noise, we're talking about the chaos, we're talking about the misunderstoodness, we're talking about the trouble in the youth, we're talking about the trouble in your day in the life right now. But where is your strength coming from?
Obia. Yeah, Obia, man. We are. I believe I'm very spiritual. I believe in God, you know, and I get my strength from within. Like, I really believe that I'm protected by my ancestors. I'm surrounded by great people who guide me, who supporting me through rough times. And once you have a good support system and your family supporting you and you have brothers who supporting you, bro, the only thing I can give back is be strong, bro. There is no time for weakness. Weakness is how other people want to see you, or everybody want to see successful people of people who different fall. Everybody enjoy that more than the rise, you know? When somebody else fall is the first thing they will say. Nobody will talk about the good things. So that's what keep me going. That's why I'm strong, and I know that after rain there is sunshine always. So doesn't matter how hard the storm, one day the sun will shine.
Pa. That's a good word, eh?
Words, man. These are words.
It's
And for the young Quincy, Quincy Promes, like 6, 7 years old, getting his first football boots, going to school is a little bit late, running for the bus driver is going, for
Yeah.
this kind of guy. What could you tell him with your experience? Because I think everybody can learn a lot of your life, What would you tell him to be like, not even like you, but to get
Yeah.
like a successful life?
I would tell him, like, never give up. Never give up on your dreams. Like, a lot of people go through rough times or situations and they give up. Like, you see, it's hard, it's too hard for me. I can't do it because of situations, or the bus driver leave. If the bus driver leave, you take another bus. You will reach to the destination though. That's what it's all about. As long as you reach your destination, doesn't matter if it's today or tomorrow. If you know you will reach that where you want to come, that's what I would advise to everybody. Like, just follow your dreams and make sure you reach. And it doesn't matter which bus you take, just make sure you hop on a bus. Don't just stay there and give up. Never.
Crazy,
But
bro.
this is really inspiring.
I would leave like the last words to Jack, because I'm like,
Yeah, bro.
I'm so happy, bro,
Thank
because
you.
it's
Great
really
questions,
inspirational.
man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jack,
I think
please
for me,
tell something.
is really interesting because obviously, like, I surprisingly met you in Ghana, and
Yeah.
like I didn't know who
It
was
wasn't
coming,
planned. Yeah,
I didn't know who was coming, and also like, how it is with the noise. You hear, this guy, he's like this, he does
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this, And from you, I knew some things here and there,
Mm-hmm.
But when I met you and I talked with you, bro, like, unbelievable guy, and I knew if we do this podcast, I think the people actually see, and like
Yeah, yeah.
hearing you talk and everything, what actual person you are and everything. I even told Madhu, bro, like, he's an unbelievable good guy,
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that podcast was amazing,
Yes, definitely, bro.
and
Thank you for having me.
I think big thank you from
this
us.
is my first and my last podcast to give you like a thing. Like, don't think I will do podcast tour or something. No, I really did that for you. I love what you're doing. Keep going. I appreciate your kind words. That the way you think of me, I really appreciate it. Sometimes I also needed to hear it because what you say in the noise, you hear a lot of negative things about yourself.
Yeah.
You can have some doubt, like, damn. But then when you tell me how you feel me after talking to me and after knowing me for this many years, it really do me good, bro. And all I can do is stay myself and keep going and be a great father for my kids. And yeah, I have too many people counting on me to to give up, bro. And that means in my career, that means in my music, I will release way more many songs for the people who want to listen to it. And that also counts for my family. Like, I can let things define me as a human being. I think we all here with a purpose, and it's just the key to find your purpose and to spread love and inspire the other people who need it. So yeah, definitely.
That was a great end word. What do you think, Madhu?
Bro, I think it's like, it's a rap. I don't
a
want to
rap.
say more. I just want to say less.
Yeah, say less.
We also have a celebration, you know?
Yeah, what's the
So what we
celebration?
do is say
It's not usual
less,
for me.
you know?
I just saw that Jack is showing you like our sign. It's not usual
Yeah.
for me to not give you a check.
That's my
in
next
the end, or
celebration
maybe a
too.
hug.
That's
But
my next
bro,
celebration. My next celebration will go like this.
Yeah,
yeah.
please, and feel hugged from me, because hey, I swear it's like I felt so connected in this podcast, even if like 6,000 kilometers are between us.
This is dope.
But
This is dope.
it was the first time for us, and I'm so happy that it worked. And yeah,
Yeah, we
all
made
the
it.
best for the future, all the best for your
Thank
health,
you, brother.
all the best for your family.
And you're always
really,
welcome.
Thank you.
You have to
bro.
come back anytime you can fly back. Come see me, bro.
100%.
Spend some time.
100%, bro.
Definitely.
Amazing. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I think it's time to show love back to Quincy. Show in the comments love. Let us know what you think about Quincy, about the podcast, and yeah, like and subscribe, and
Like and
let's say-
subscribe.
yeah.
And
Say
show
less.
it to everybody you love, to everybody you hate, and to everybody who wants more success for you. In this case,
Say
say
less.
less.
Auf Wiedersehen.